Hightori and company with Chimes at Midnight and Give the Slip. The Godolphin pacemaker takes it up. Goes on by 2 lengths to Ice Dancer. Up on the outside of Mudamam, and right there too is Galileo, and Anabar Blue is not that far away. They're 1.5 lengths to Golden Snake, and further back is Morsty as they sort themselves out from Hightori. Storming Home is on the inside of runners from Fantastic Light. 2 lengths to Millenary, and 1.5 lengths last of all is Chimes at Midnight. Charging downhill now past the mile into Quarter Gate, and it's Give the Slip and the white cap of Godolphin just showing the way here from Ice Dancer. The 2 pacemakers up doing their job well. Mudamam has taken up the box seat, third on the inside of Golden Snake as they charge to Swinley Bottom. Further back in the field is Anabar Blue. Galileo, the favourite, is tucked in about 6th on the inside. Morsty in the yellow jacket on his outer. They're 1.5 lengths to Fantastic Light, and Frankie looks like he's going to keep an eye on Mick Kinane, who's 1.5 lengths in front of him. He looks like he'll almost track him as they head up the side. Further back in the field, Millenary from Storming Home. Hightori is right out the back as they continue the climb uphill, and Chimes at Midnight last of all. They've got under 6 furlongs to go in the King George, and Give the Slip and Ice Dancer being scrubbed up. Ice Dancer as Mudamam gets off the rail now and is out up on the outside of this pacemaker. Then Golden Snake with the hoop sleeves on the outside. Ice Dancer dropping back, and on the inside Galileo, his stablemate, is now moving out into an advantageous position about 4th on the inside of Morsty. Further back then is Anabar Blue. Fantastic Light is out wider on the track as they race towards the entrance to the home straight in the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes, and it's Give the Slip still there from Mudamam. Galileo has now moved up, beautifully poised into 3rd, followed by Golden Snake, and behind them Anabar Blue. Then Morsty the outside. Storming Home is getting up on the rails. Further back then is Hightori, and Fantastic Light is taken to the outside. Heads the turn for home. The split comes for Galileo. He takes it up now with just under 2 furlongs to travel. Here's Fantastic Light. The battle's on. It's Galileo the far side. Fantastic Light serving it up on the near side from Millenary, and then Storming Home. It's Fantastic Light and Galileo locked together. A furlong left to go. Galileo digging deep the far side. He's got about a head in front. Fantastic Light can't get him. The 3-year-old's going to win it. Galileo triumphant in the King George. He gets up to beat Fantastic Light. 3rd photo there, Hightori and Storming Home, followed by Millenary, then Golden Snake behind them from Anabar Blue, Morsty, Mudamam, followed then by Give the Slip, Chimes at Midnight, and Ice Dancer last to finish. Well, what a race it was, the King George. It wasn't hype, it was the real thing. Galileo, challenged and headed a nostril or so by Fantastic Light, has shown the grit of a true champion to fight back and to beat Fantastic Light. A photo 3rd, and it is number 5, Hightori, getting 3rd, just ahead of Storming Home in 4th. Then in 5th is Millenary. A long gap then behind Millenary to Golden Snake, and they were followed by Anabar Blue. Behind them, Morsty, Mudamam, Chimes at Midnight, Give the Slip, who did his job so well, the pacemaker, behind them. But the winner of the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes of 2001 is number 9, Galileo, owned by Mrs. Sue Magner and Michael Tabor, trained by Aidan O'Brien and ridden by Mick Kinane. He joins a cavalcade of champions, which include Ribot, Nijinsky, Millreef, Dancing Brave, Generous, and more recently Swain, to have won this great midsummer feature at Ascot. And it is a 2-to-1 on favourite, as a 2-to-1 on favourite that he has done it, and it's an incredibly fast time, 2 minutes 27.71. 2 minutes 30 is standard time, so he's smashed that race. Let's check 2nd and 3rd. 2nd is number 2, Fantastic Light, owned by Godolphin, trained by Syed bin Sarur and ridden by Frankie Dettori. Fantastic Light's 2nd consecutive 2nd in this race. And 3rd is number 5, Hightori, owned by Gary Tanaka, trained by Philip Demacastel and ridden by Gerald Mosse. 4th is number 12, Storming Home. The distance is 2 lengths and 1 length, and the time is only 0.76 of a second outside the record.
Well, while Galileo parades in front of the stands, let's have another look at this. What a race and what a racehorse. I cannot believe how brave and gutsy he has been on this occasion. Very different to the two derbies that he won, because this time Fantastic Light really gave him a race. He came to him, he came right to him, he eyeballed him, and Galileo had to find a little bit extra. And like a champion racehorse, and only a champion racehorse can, he found that bit extra. An extraordinary performance. Fantastic Light is being cheered into the second place in the winner's enclosure. The racegoers here really appreciating what they have seen out there, because, Willie, these were two racehorses giving their all.
Yes, it certainly was, and jockeys as well. I would say that Mick just went to the front a little bit sooner than he wanted to, because he thought maybe Richard Hills on Mutaman would just hold him in, and he had to go and take the gap as soon as he could, because otherwise he might have had to wait too long. But there you can see that, you know, it's absolutely fantastic how he looked as though he was going to get beat by Fantastic Light. Either Fantastic Light stopped, or Galileo found new reserves in the last half furlong. But as you said, Claire, that was a fantastic race to watch, and these two fantastic racehorses. And actually, Gerald Moss might just be a little bit unlucky, because he got stopped about a furlong from home.
Well, let's just enjoy this, because Galileo is about to turn into the winner's enclosure, and Jim, I fancy he is going to get one of the biggest receptions, one of the biggest cheers that we have ever heard here on King George Day.
Certainly, and deservedly so. The 26th winner, the 26th three-year-old winner of the King George. There have been 25 older horses, and what a battle it was. This was the true test that he faced today. He had won the Derby at Epsom, he'd won the Irish Derby, but until he actually faced older opposition, there were always going to be skeptics. And there's Mick Kinane. What a dramatic 48 hours it's been for him. 2 days ago, he was appealing against a minor suspension for careless riding at Leopardstown. He had that appeal eventually dismissed, and then he went to the courts in Ireland. He gained an interim injunction which permitted him to ride today, and whatever it's going to cost in legal fees, it's been well worth it, because he has retained his association with a horse who today has been crowned a true champion of the turf. Majestic is the only way you can describe him. Look at that head, and the natural